A learning circle is a highly interactive, participatory structure for organizing group work. The goal is to build, share, and express knowledge through a process of open dialogue and deep reflection around issues or problems with a focus on a shared outcome. The Learning Circle is a structure for collaborative work that shares features with other community-based learning groups, but also differs in specific ways. Most importantly, it is a task-based learning community in contrast to a practice-based or knowledge-based learning community. Instead of one shared group task, learning circles focus on a set of smaller interesting group tasks, each led by one of the circle participants. Effective learning circle work involves building a level of trust and developing shared norms of trust, openness, and reciprocity. Learning circles derive from a social constructivist view of learning, which suggests that learning should be participatory, proactive, communal, collaborative, and given over the construction of meanings rather than receiving them. People learn in community. We can identify at least four components as part of this new conceptual framework or for thinking about learning. Number one, community. Learning as belonging. The social configurations in which our enterprises are defined as worth pursuing and our participation is recognizable as competence. Number two, meaning. Learning as experiences. Our changing ability to experience our life and the world as meaningful. Number three, practice. Learning as doing. The shared historical and social resources, frameworks, and perspectives that can sustain mutual engagement in action. Number four, identity. Learning as becoming. How learning changes who we are and creates personal stories of becoming in the context of our communities. The learning circle strategy shares some characteristics of communities of practice, in that each is a group of people who share an interest in a domain of human endeavor and engage in a process of collective learning that creates bonds between them. Learning circles are small, diverse, democratic groups of people, generally 6 to 12, who meet regularly over a specific period of time to focus their different perspectives into a common understanding of an issue or problem. The discussion takes place in an atmosphere of mutual trust and understanding. The goal is deeper understanding by the participants, and their efforts are often directed towards the construction of a final product or recommendation for a course of action. Some benefits of the learning circles are: small groups provide the opportunity to feel the power of belonging to a real community of learners. There are no anointed leaders in the learning circle, allowing for individual autonomy and a mutual reciprocity between the circle group as all experience personal and organizational change. Learning is a change process that alters what we know by constructing patterns of action to solve problems of meaning. The power of the small group is that the members move from passive receivers of information to makers of knowledge. Learning circles whose members are supported by each other can create a critical mass necessary to influence and change the organization. A culture circle model includes three stages. Number one, thematic investigation. Number two, thematization. Number three, problematization. To create a community of learners based on trust and respect, it is helpful for teachers to position themselves as ethnographers, studying the cultural practices within and across the communities learners inhabit. By documenting the most urgent struggles experienced by many of the participants of a culture circle and codifying those experiences in a generative theme, facilitators open up opportunities for students to name, problematize, and deconstruct issues which are paramount in their lives.